Hi everybody, Coach Jorge Capistani here with the Hope College Tennis Academy, and this is this week's tip, and it all has to do with how to volley. So a couple things happened here at the camp, and we noticed that not all the players have what we call a mature volley. A mature volley is a volleyer that can hit all kinds of volleys. He can hit the hard one, he can take power off, he can add, and he's got pretty good technique. So let's first talk about the technique. The first thing you want to do when you volley is the racket head goes up. It's quite different than a unit turn, which is what we're used to for the ground stroke. So the proper response would actually be to push your hands away, not back, but away, and have the racket go up. Very much like if you were playing patty cake, you go here and then out, here and out. So the other thing is we want to make sure a mature volleyer can add power to the shot, he can match the power of the incoming shot, but also take off power from the incoming shot. It's kind of like a catch. I view a volley more like a catch. So coach, if you could just feed me a ball somewhere in here, when I catch, I'm not looking to add, I don't have the sensation of hitting. So let me show you the three things that we look for on what we deliver. So in this example, I'm adding power to the ball. So if that ball came 50 miles an hour, I might send it back 60. Do one more where I add. And there are times, there's definitely appropriate times where you want to add power to the volley. A very common volley, probably the most common, should be one where you're just matching. So you come up here and you match. So if the ball comes 40, I hit it back 40. The ball comes 50, I hit it back 50. I'm just kind of massaging and letting the ball ricochet. And a really deadly one is if you could take power off the ball. That's huge because a lot of players like to play back, and if you're always volleying deep, that's where they are, that's where they can hit their passing shots or lobs. So in this example, I'll actually take some power, that's way too much power off, taking power off the ball. It doesn't have to be a drop volley per se. I'm just gonna not hit it back to the deep guy. So we got Carly here. We're gonna just kind of do a little quick test on her. So Carly, let me see you take the next few, let's say 4 or 5 volleys where you're adding power. So let's go ahead. Nice. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about swing size because swing size is very important in this. One more. Okay, stop. So watch. If you're going to be adding power, I'd like to talk about the point of contact is 0.0. So that's right where you hit it. And then really a system called System 5 in tennis teaches you that all the backswing is really 5 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the 0 is point of contact, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing on a ground stroke, that's 0. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a full backswing. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, full stroke. So a 5-5 ground stroke looks like that. A 1-3 ground stroke looks like this. And in volleys, you're going to be dealing with about a 1 backswing and maybe a 1 follow through, or maybe a 2 at the most. So when you think about adding power, I want you to think about a 1, 2. Okay, so go ahead and go. 1, 2. Good. Good. Now all these volleys are pretty high, so it's not a bad time to add power. One more. Okay, swing size, I like it, and I really like that she's finishing with her racket strength facing the target. Now let's do the more common volley, the placement volley, the routine volley. That's going to look more like a 1-1 because you're just matching the incoming power. So go ahead, coach, just give me, this should be about a 1-1 on the power scale, and kind of absorb it and match it. This is the second type of volley. You need this in your arsenal too. You got to have it all if you're going to be a mature and complete volleyer. Okay, one more. Now, what about those drop volleys or short volleys to keep it away from the baseline guy? That's just probably going to be about a 1 to 0 or a 1 to a half. So I'm just going to also soften up my grip. So watch what happens. If the person is way back, if I can go ahead and take some power off, that's definitely going, oh, I messed that one up. That's fine, I want to be realistic. Okay, I'm just taking hardly any swing, and on this one I want to think about going to the ball, but not at all through it. Okay, just to the ball. Go ahead, Carly. So this is the third and final kind. This is the one I wish most of my players had, because a lot of our players have the routine or the power volley, and so often they'll make a classic good looking volley. It goes right back to the baseline guy who ends up passing them or lobbing them. So just to nail down this last and final piece, one little trick, because a lot of people wonder, hey, Coach George, I like that. I think that's a great idea, but how do I do it? The technique is important. We talked a little bit about the racket up and the size of the swing, but grip tension is also important. So I'm going to have you try this. This is how I'd like to teach that take the power off, that third version. So the ball comes to me, coach. My new goal is to pop it up and catch it in my own hand. So I have to really absorb a lot of power. You're going to learn, your body's going to learn how much open your face has to be, how much your grip tension has to be loose, and you'll pop it up. That's the goal. Takes a little bit of time. Tough, try it again. Not bad, absorb, a little bit looser grip. Oh, that's getting there, you're getting nice. See if you can make it literally. Okay, good. And then I'm going to give you one final tip because this has been fun. So check this out. If this is another way you can learn the drop volley, give me one, coach, just right here. If I can stop it and then absorb it on my strings with only one bounce, then that means I got pretty enough, good enough. One, and then there's the absorb. That's what you're trying to do. You learn these little tactics, you add these 3 types of volleys to your volley game, you'll be a mature volleyer. Thanks for checking in. This has been the Hope College Tennis Academy tennis tip on the volley.